Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming. I know we have a lot of work to do, so I will try to keep this brief. For all who do not know me, my name is Kelly Miller, and I am in charge of employee errors. And in my hand, I have the latest error report, and I also prepared a Prezi presentation for you. I'm new at the Prezi, so bear with me, but it is on the wall. You can follow along here, and I've also gave handed out sheets that you can follow along with as well. First of all, our error rate is 18%, and that is because of incorrect letters, incorrect lien holders, flagging items that should not be flagged, and not printing titles in a timely manner. Excuse me. The error rate being 18% is a big no. They want the error rate to be 10% or less, which I know it is hard because we are human, we aren't machines, but still there are ways that we can work to reduce the error rate. So if you would look on the first one, incorrect letters being sent out, to remedy that, you can ensure that you are writing for the correct information. Double check the title, um, get all of the errors together. Some errors don't really need a letter for, but there are certain letters that need to be sent. For example, if the names are misspelled, or if someone forgot to add a name to the title. Like if in North Carolina we have joint ownership, so if Jim and Tammy own this title and only Jim signs for it, then that would be a letter generated because they also need Tammy's signature on it as well. So just be mindful of that. And then if you look at number two, the incorrect lien holders, we have lien holders that have different addresses but the same lien holder, and we have lien holders with different names but they are all under the same umbrella. So we have in the title manual right here, you can look through it and say, for instance, if you flip here in the title manual, it has Allstate, but you also see Allstate is, they have several lien holders up under them. So to remedy that, they usually put a one and same stamp. If you see a one and same stamp, then you don't have to do anything to it. They are letting you know that we have different names, but we're all one and the same. If you send out a letter for the one and the same stamp, then that will cause an error because it's technically not really an error. And then the third thing is flagging items that should not be flagged. We have in the title manual, again, right here, we have errors that are manual errors and things that you can let go. A manual error is something that I would make a note of as far as the manual, and then there's something that is a true error. A true error would be something that you would write for, and a manual error would be something like Fred Smith Jr., but just Fred Smith signed the title. If the license says Fred Smith Jr., then that would be a manual error because you would need for it to say Junior on the title, because if anything happened, say the car is stolen by a Fred Smith, and he could say, well, this is my car, but it's really Fred Smith Jr., and that little junior makes a big difference. So be mindful of that as well. And also not printing titles in a timely manner. That is a big, huge no-no for DMV. And to remedy that, you would check when you hit title print. There are certain titles that you have to remove the hold code for before it will print. So just make sure after you've done your work, how I do mine is after I've done the work and hit release the title, I go back and make sure, because as you know, when you have the title on your screen, there's the hold code of Y. Okay, so if you fixed it and then you hit print the title, then you will go back to the first screen, and on the top of the screen it will say title not held. But there, like I said, there are some titles that require a little bit more. So when I go back and I see that title is not held, I take the title work and I put a little line on it and saying that I checked it, and I put it in a pile, and then the next day when I come to work, I go through and I check the print dates to make sure. And as you all know, in order to know that the title is printed or not, it'll have a Y beside it, that means yes, or an L beside it, and that's an electronic lien. So if the L is beside it, then it was electronically sent to the lien holder. And also when you change names, it will print a 905 title. That's a whole new title. And a 905 title takes 2 to 3 days to print. So that's something that you might want to put in a 905 pile, and something maybe 2 or 3 days later you want to check it and make sure, and if it has printed showing the yes or the L, then you would discard it. Also, when you do a duplicate title, the duplicate title takes 14 days to print. So you might want to put it in like a little tickler file or something, and then in 14 days check. Or to me, sometimes I forget and I keep it up there, and I don't necessarily put it in a tickler file, but I keep it right there beside me, and I just keep checking every day. And sometimes I'll forget that this is a duplicate, and then when I put the numbers in, I'm like, oh, it's a duplicate, but I will still keep it there until it finally clears, and then I will discard it. It's so easy to get wrapped up in doing your work, and you forget. You say that you print the title and it's gone, and you don't think about it anymore, and then you are in trouble and you are receiving an error for this title work. But other than that, everyone is doing a great job, and I appreciate all of the work that you guys do. If you have any questions, feel free to come and ask me. My door is always open. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day.